Welcome into the channel. I'm Cody Stoots. Let's talk some Texans. The Carolina Panthers on deck for the Texans this weekend. The 0-6 Carolina Panthers also coming off a bye, just like the Texans. Struggling mightily on offense, and they may not be able to move the ball at all if the Texans can do just one simple but very complicated thing. What is it? I'll tell you in just a second. Would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out my writing on the Houston Texans at my website, Houston Football. There's a link in the description down below. So this Panthers offense has not been good. Bryce Young has struggled quite a bit. He's been sacked. He's been pressured. They've started to figure things out a little bit in the recent weeks. No team just stays horrible all year in the National Football League. They got a little bit going recently. Most recently, they had a really nice first quarter against the Miami Dolphins where they were up 14-0. Now they ended up getting blown out in that game by the Dolphins. Well, that's the Dolphins. They'll do that to quite a few teams over the course of the season. But Bryce Young is not going to stay bad. He's had a rough start, but he's not going to stay bad. But this offense is heavily reliant on one element. And usually when you get into a conversation like this, that element's like, oh, well, they're really good at play action pass, or they're really good at zone running or outside zone like the Atlanta Falcons. This offense is heavily reliant on one thing: Adam Thielen. 33-year-old, 10th year in the NFL, Adam Thielen. That's what this offense relies on. That's what this offense trusts on a play-in, play-out basis, is Adam Thielen. Now, I never could have imagined when Thielen left the Minnesota Vikings in the offseason and ended up on the Carolina Panthers that he would be this important, not just to the Panthers, but he'd be as important to an offense as just about any wide receiver in all of football. Thielen is the offense for this team through the air. You could triple the next closest guy from a receptions number, and they'd still have less receptions than Adam Thielen. They go to him a ton. He is a menace on the field, and he's playing some of his best football at this point in his career. Over the past 3 seasons, he's averaged right at 100 targets over 15 games. He's already got 59 targets on the season so far. They trust him a ton. And if you could stop Adam Thielen, if you could slow down Adam Thielen, you probably could put the Panthers in a situation where they just don't have enough juice. They just don't have enough firepower to move the football against the Texans. And that would set up the Texans offense that even if they don't have a huge day, they could still have a comfortable winning margin when the thing hits zeros at the end of the fourth quarter. So how exactly is Adam Thielen still a thing at this level in the National Football League? His 10th year in at 33 years old for a downtrodden, disappointing to this point Carolina Panthers team? I'll let Nico Ryans explain.
If Thielen has had success is because he's a slippery route runner, and they use him all over the field. He'll line at multiple spots, most of them in different areas, and they find a way to get him the ball, right? And it's whether it's in stack concepts or bunch concepts, they do a good job of moving him around, right, where he's not on the line of scrimmage, where guys are able to get hands on him. So he has a lot of free access where he's able to utilize his slippery route running ability. Very smart veteran player who you can see him and Bryce, have that connection where Bryce can trust him a lot, goes to him with the ball a lot, and, he's proven that he can make those plays for him, and they made a ton of big explosive plays.
Pretty dangerous guy for this Texans team when you think about how quarterbacks have had some success against the Texans in recent weeks and the type of wide receivers that have a little bit of success. It's guys that can run crisp routes, that can get open quickly, and their quarterback trusts them and gets the ball out fast. Well, that's the Panthers and Bryce Young and Adam Thielen's relationship to a T. That's the way that they have operated. And when you're a young quarterback, you throw it to the guy that gets open. We see this with C.J. Stroud. It's a different type of element, but Stroud sees a guy that's open and he makes the throw. Sometimes maybe if he'd waited a tick or two, a better play, a better option opens up. But that's just Stroud processing, hitting a guy for a good play. Bryce Young sometimes just has to hit the guy that is open because he's got guys breathing down his neck because his offensive line has not been good, or he's just making a quick decision because that's what he sees currently. That's the type of open guy that he sees right away, and the coverages look different from play in, play out, and teams are really throwing a lot at Bryce Young. So Thielen is a type of guy that could have some success in this game against the Texans defense. They don't get up and get nasty with wide receivers quite a bit in press coverage. Now, every now and then they will. A lot of times they'll rely on the called coverage of the defense to take care of a wide receiver or to take care of the routes, and then they'll just trust everybody plays their coverage the right way. And when you think about some of the success quarterbacks have had at getting the ball out fast, that doesn't always allow the defensive line time to get home and get after guys. Plus, Bryce Young, though he struggled, he's done a nice job of pocket mobility, extending plays. So Adam Thielen is dangerous on Sunday, but he's the only guy that worries me on this team. Chuba Hubbard's run the ball okay a little bit. They've got a couple of other wide receivers. DJ Chark doesn't look anything like the guy that was successful in Jacksonville back in the day. Jonathan Mingo, their rookie wide receiver, he's fine. Okay, he's a physical guy. He can make a big play here or there, but he's not somebody you're constantly worried about from that standpoint. It's really all about Thielen. He's so important to this team. A little more on Thielen from the Texans defensive coordinator, Matt Burke.
Be like I think top third down target in the league, like obviously top target on the Panthers, very productive. You'd be silly if you didn't have an awareness of where he was and where he's lining up and how they're using him. So he's done a great job, man. And, still trucking, he gets open. He's just got a really good knack for running routes and getting open. So I would say there's just a high awareness of where he is and what they're trying to do with him. And sometimes it doesn't matter, right? He's been playing really well that we have to be on our techniques when we even get in those points. But for sure, he's just a guy you have to have some awareness of just based on the numbers.
Matt Burke mentioned the third downs with Adam Thielen. And this is what really surprised me about Adam Thielen. He has the most first downs in football on third down, meaning when it's third down, he has the most first down catches on third down in all of football. And I looked at some of the players that are around him. It's really good players. Tyreek Hill is near him in almost all the receiving stats because the Dolphins just throw the ball to Tyreek Hill a ton. But almost all those players had played an additional game past Adam Thielen. Thielen's only played 6 games. Almost all those players had played 7 games. So Thielen's the top guy on third down in football when you want to throw the ball to get a first down. That's how important he is to the Carolina Panthers. And a lot of those have come on third and long. So third and about 7 or more. A lot of those have come in that situation. He is very dangerous. Now, how do the Texans approach this? Well, it's kind of a committee situation because they move Adam Thielen around so much. Thielen's versatility to be able to play inside, outside, in motion. He doesn't just get locked up with one guy. So he may get Shaq Griffin on any given play. He may get Steven Nelson on any given play. It may be Jimmy Ward in the slot helping out on him. Tavier Thomas, if he is back and playing, may be the guy that gets the Adam Thielen assignment. My goodness, I hope he never ends up on a linebacker. That could be rough for the Texans. But those guys will have to play him tight. You'll have to have a little help with Thielen because, again, you're not super scared by anybody else on this team. And this does feel finally like the pass rush could get home. And if Bryce Young has to run for his life or make quick decisions when you've added a little extra attention to Adam Thielen, maybe it's not that easy to get the ball to Adam Thielen in this matchup and get the ball to the guy that helps move the rock with the Carolina Panthers offense. Just to demonstrate one more thing about how important Adam Thielen is, and I feel like I've said Adam Thielen 100 times. If you've got Adam Thielen, the drinking game at home for this one, I'm sorry. It's been a very, very going to be a very, very long night or day for you after you've played the Adam Thielen drinking game on this one. He's accounted for 27% of the first downs for this offense. 27% of first downs for this offense. Nico Collins is accounted for 19% for the Texans. So it's a drastic difference. He's the most important player on the Panthers. And if you stop him, I don't believe anybody else on the Panthers can get after the Texans. It's rarely as simple as stop that guy, beat that team, but it may just be the case on Sunday against the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you checking out the video, and I would love for you to Check out Houston Football, where I do all my writing about the Texans. It's in the description down below. And on your way to the description down below, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you know when a new video pops up. Appreciate you watching. I can't wait till we talk Texans again soon.